Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to the Den of Tools. Labor Day is behind us, which means it's time for more coupons from Harbor Freight. We got the September 5th through 17th coupons. Let's get into it and see what they got. Now, one of the things that a lot of people say about Harbor Freight is I like the power tools. They make, they're getting better, but I would buy them, but they don't have any combo kits. They do have combo kits. They just don't put them all in one box. Here's a combo for you. Buy any two of the Bauer tools there. Any of those 12 tools, get them both for $100. That's a pretty nice combo right there. How about this? You need some batteries to go with this. Two 5 amp hour batteries for $80. Now let's talk about the Hercules stuff, because this stuff is getting insane here. You're getting the 5 amp hour battery, not a 1.3 like DeWalt likes to do, or a 1.5. You're getting the 5 amp hour battery with the fast charger there, with the rapid charger. They've got a faster charger now. So and then you're getting one of these tools here. One of these what is it? Oh, how many tools they got there? Let's see here. We got the circ saw. We got two of the impact wrenches. We got the recip saw, the hammer drill, the grease gun, the grinder, the die grinder, the impact driver, the blower, and a drill. This is insane. And most of these are brushless. Brushless from Harbor Freight means 5-year warranty. Let me show you something. Okay, this is the big Ultra Impact from Harbor Freight that made all the noise and put everyone on notice, okay? And because this is the problem, is everyone goes, well, I don't want one of these smaller ones because it doesn't have all the juice. It's not going to put all the ooga-doogas. And you're right, it's not. This is the compact one from that. Look at it. Look at the comparison of these two. That's not even close. And that's a good thing. Not every tool does every single job. You want to do a brake job with this? No, that's what this is for. Top end engine work, that's what this is for. Getting in all those old places. You can see I've got it all chewed up from shoving it in places, getting this thing to fit that this would never have a chance of getting into. So those tools are fantastic. No, they're not super high impact, but you don't need that. Now, as far as like the hammer drill, great hammer drill. Look, it comes with the grip and everything. Look at this thing. I love this hammer drill. It's fantastic. But the one thing I really like is the impact driver. This impact driver just blew everyone away. Go over and check out our friends over at Torque Test channel. If you haven't subscribed to them, you got to do it today. They do great work over there. This is the old brushed impact driver. And I said at the time, I thought it was the most advanced brushed motor I'd seen at the time. And I still do. But this is the brushless. And I'm not saying you have to get brushless, okay? But 5-year warranty versus a 90-day warranty. Look at the size comparison. All right. That's why. And look at the light on this. You get the tri-beam light on it. And I got to tell you, where's my battery on this? This, though, is the battery you really want. This is the 4 amp hour battery. Let me compare it to the 5 amp. Here's the 5 amp. There's the 5 amp. This is one of the older ones versus the 4 amp. Now, the 4 amp is, in some ways, a lot of ways, bigger. It's longer. It's wider, okay? But it's slimmer as far as height, which makes it feel smaller when you're using it and lets you sometimes get in areas you can't with the other one. And on top of it, this has the 21700 cells. This is their extreme performance battery. Now, why do I bring this up? Because guess what the other deal is? Yeah, not one, but two of them for $80. 21700 cells, $80. Guess what? 3-year warranty. If you buy the brushless tools, 5-year warranty. You buy the batteries, 3-year warranty. If you buy the brushed 90-day warranty, you get a battery for it, still get the 3-year warranty on the battery. How about that? All right, let's talk about some air tool stuff here. Actually, air accessories. We got the Central Pneumatic. Now, I've been hard on Central Pneumatic, and they're not fantastic, but for $8, this is a great little basic set. Honestly, though, if you got the money to spend, the Merlin set is so much better. It's 3 times the price, but you get the air hose with it, and you get better fittings, and everything about it's better. It just is. I'm sorry. All right, let's keep going. The Fortress air compressor, 2-gallon. Harbor Freight sent me this when they first started the Fortress line. Fan-freaking-tastic. It's so quiet. It's 60 dBA. 2 gallons. Aluminum tank, can't rust. It's quiet. It gets the job done. It's easily portable. It's built like a tank with the wraparound cage and everything. We actually keep it at the house because it's easy to fill up tires and all the basic stuff at the house. Kids know how to use it. It's not that big. It's not that cumbersome, and it doesn't wake the neighbors. Now in the shop we've got a bigger air compressor. Now the one we don't have, I kind of wish we did, is this one. This is a monster air compressor. They came out with it not too long ago. 29 gallon. Remember they had the old black 30 gallon air compressor. Well, they got rid of this, came out with the McGraw. And as I've said time and time again, basically the McGraw is basically like everything you hated about the old black air compressors, they fixed in the McGraws. All right. They've got better gauges, better dials, better build construction, just everything about it's better. 29 gallons, 5.3 SCFM. That's a lot of air at 90 PSI. It's doing up to 165 PSI at only 75 dBA. It's not whisper quiet, but it's not going to make you bleed from your eardrums. And at $500, this is a shop air compressor. If you've got a serious home shop, if you're a value pro kind of guy, this is an air compressor that you need to consider, because this can get a lot of work done at not a lot of $500, not a lot of money. All right, the one I do run in my shop, by the way, is I run this one right here, the 27 gallon, 200 psi, and it's fantastic. But I almost kind of wish I had that one. But this one does more. I don't run a lot of air tools. I don't really need it. Anyway, let's talk bench grinders. If you're a DIY, if you're looking for a DIY to prosumer grade bench grinder, this is it. If you can find one that's better than this, I would love to hear about it. But for $125, you're stepping up from 6-inch to an 8-inch. This is the big boy grinder. You're getting the gooseneck on it. You're getting variable speed. It's everything that you want. In fact, it used to be the Hercules grinder, but they decided they wanted Hercules to be more upmarket. So they came out with the Hercules version here. And this is the 8-inch heavy duty. It makes me think about the old, like the old Daytona grinders and the Rockwell and stuff like that. This is a fantastic grinder, but it's $189. Will it go on sale? I was expecting it to go on sale already. It hasn't gone on sale yet. Maybe sometime between now and Black Friday. Harbor Freight, if you're listening, tons of guys would like to grab this. They're waiting for it to go on sale. If you're wondering about it performance-wise, I got a video on it right here. You can go check out. I'll try and put a link to it down below. Now let's talk about the miter saws. One of the first Harbor Freight tools that I got in from Harbor Freight and did a review on, I did a side-by-side between the Hercules 12-inch and the DeWalt DWS 780, the big daddy of on job sites miter saws. And basically, I couldn't tell a difference as far as performance. They were both made like a rock. They both had the drop shadow light. They both cut nice and smooth. There wasn't a serious difference, but there was a serious price difference. And if you look at it, this thing's at $329 now. It has been down to $300. If you can get this at $300, that's one you want to snag right away, okay? And I know a lot of guys who switched from DeWalt to this, and they've been just thrilled with it. But that said, the DeWalt right now is on sale down from $6-something to $500 over on Amazon. And on top of that, the 780 has a $75 coupon. So now you've got a DeWalt 780 top of the line at $425 with a 3-year warranty versus the Harbor Freight Hercules at $330. If you add the warranty to the Hercules, you're now looking at $430, $5 more. So why would you buy the Harbor Freight when you can get the DeWalt for $5 less? Well, that's the math you got to do and figure out, does it math for you? Because here's the difference with those warranties. That 3-year warranty on the DeWalt, you got to take it to a service center. The Harbor Freight warranty isn't a warranty, it's a replacement plan. So you can take it once per year for 2 years. You can get it replaced twice for that, and you just take it to the store and they replace it right then. I know lots of guys, and I talk to a lot of them through this channel. We got 65 million views at this point. I've talked to a lot of folks, and the fact of the matter is, a lot of the pros, they just chuck the 780 when it dies because it's not worth putting up with the whole return policy and waiting 3 months, 4 months, 6 months to get it fixed. Sorry, but that's just the truth of the matter. Anyway, you do what works for you. But this is the sleeper here. The Bauer 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. This is, I want to say the little brother, but it's more like the cousin because it's just as big. It's not smaller. It's got the drop shadow light just like the other one. It's just made more towards being less like an on-site job site kind of thing. Like you see like the sliding side table kind of stuff. It's more designed for the prosumer at home kind of user. Now it's on clearance, no coupon needed, and whether you can find it, it's going to vary by store. If they don't have it in that store, then they just don't have it. You're not going to be able to order this online or have it come in sometime soon. $220 on this. That is an outrageous price for a 12-inch sliding miter saw from any name brand out there. This is insane. Now, the thing is, so Harbor Freight's got they got the Hercules, and then they also have the Admiral coming in. Look at the Admiral's at $239, and I got to tell you, the Bauer's a better saw than the Admiral. Admiral's not a terrible saw, but the Bauer's just better. Maybe there's just not room between that. What is that? I mean, look at that. That's a $230 price point and a $330 price point. Maybe there isn't room for the Bauer, or maybe they're just changing manufacturers. I don't know. I haven't heard from Harbor Freight in regards to why this is going away. But the point of the matter is, if you're looking to save a few bucks and get a great miter saw, this is a great one to get. If you want more information on it, I got a video on this. Again, I'll put a link down below. You can check it out. I was thrilled with this saw. I thought it was fantastic. Now, the Bauer miter saw stand. Now, this is the old Chicago Electric. They spiffed it up a bit, repainted it, called it Bauer. 400-pound miter saw stand. Fantastic stand, $100. I'm going to say this, when you've been around the channel, you heard me say it before. I don't think miter saw stands like this are the best choice for a home shop because they take up so much room with the legs, the way they splay out like that. It's easy to trip over the legs. They just take up a lot of space, and I think you're better off either making a folding wing miter saw station, I've got a video where I did that, or having a dedicated bench miter saw station like I've got behind me. But, you know, you do you. They're more used on a job site, but if it works for you, it works for you. All right, Central Machinery 20-inch 12-speed production drill press. This is an absolute beast of a drill press. It's even bigger than the one I have. I'm looking over there because there's mine. $700 on this, $100 off coupon, inside track. Now, that means you have to be an inside track member. Now, if you're not an inside track member, and you shop at Harbor Freight anytime on any kind of regular basis, you should be. If you're going to buy something big like this, it makes sense to buy one. It's because $100 off is going to more than make up the difference of getting inside track membership. Okay, that said, this is a fantastic drill press. Make sure though when you set up, anytime you have big shop equipment, anytime you get it first set up, or anytime you move it a long distance or anything like that, it gets jostled, you have to retune it. A lot of people get this thing, they get it set up, and they don't know you have to tune in the quill on it, and they're like, oh, there's just too much wobble on this. It's because you haven't tuned the quill correctly. $700. They're a great deal. I haven't found anybody who comes close as far as drill presses than Harbor Freight. Again, if you've got somebody who does it better at a better price, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I'm more than willing to call out Harbor Freight when they're not the best one out there, and I'm going to do it in this video. You'll see it happen. Central Machinery 13-inch 16-speed drill press. This is the baby brother of this one. Great for a home shop, even a secondary drill press for a production shop. $250 clearance. Now, just imagine if the next time, if these are still floating around, the next time a parking lot sale comes and you see that coupon or you see that notice, all clearance items, 25% off. That would be a steal on this. All right, let's talk about table saws because I hate these little table saws. They're not bad. I just don't like small table saws. This is a thing about it. You've got your big giant production table saws, and then you've got your contractor saws, and then you got your hybrid saws, and then you've got your job site table saws, and then you've got these. These are compact job site table saws, and they're tiny. They're essentially a buzz saw, a circuit saw in a box. For ripping stuff and whatnot, they're fine. They're not good for tearing down large sheet good and stuff like this. It's $130. But if that's what works for you, then that's what works for you. I will say if you can spring a bit more, the Admiral here is made a little bit more solid, has a slightly bigger table. Again, not my favorite choice, but $180, it's not a bad deal. Now let's talk about belt sanders. Now this is one that I thought, oh, this is going to be a great deal, $85. This is the set, what we call this, Gen 2 of the belt sander grinders over at Harbor Freight. They had a previous version. They recently redid all of them. In fact, I got a video coming out on it here shortly. $85, 17% off, not a bad deal. However, Win, if you know who Win is, has lost their mind and is blowing out all their stuff over on Amazon. This is their 1x30 belt sander with 5-inch sanding disc on the side. This one, though, here's the difference. This is the old school way of doing it, which is basically a tiny bench grinder motor with a sander slapped on the side versus a dedicated design machine. Now, is that better? I don't know. You make the call here. I don't know what's going on with Win. Now, Win does, you're like, well, the Harbor Freight only has 90-day warranty. This has got like a 2 or 3 year warranty. Good luck with that. 2-year warranty on this, which means you've got to ship this thing because there is no Win service center next to you. And by the time you pay to ship it and whatnot, and Win is notorious for slow service, if service. Your call on that one. Now, another one we got to talk about, the Chicago Electric here. They got a lot of people slept on these. And in fact, not just this, the whole line of Chicago Electric mid-tier. So they had the Chicago Electric, and everyone thinks of the basic cheap, saws and whatnot. And then they had this upper grade one where you could see like it had the metal coupling collar there in the middle. That's what showed you that it was slightly better. And then they had the blue ones, which were the higher grade. And a lot of people didn't realize the different grades there, and they're all under the Chicago Electric name. This was their mid-tier saw. This is a great saw, 7.5 amp variable speed recip, $40 on clearance. It's a solid saw. I'm going to tell you to skip it though, because the Bauer, which is the new version of this saw, 10 amp variable speed recip saw, is only $5 more. You're going to, trust me, it is a better saw. It's better designed. They fixed a bunch of the issues. It is a workhorse of a saw. I've got this. I've also got the cordless version, not the brushless version, but the cordless. The cordless is nice. It has good power, but it just chews through batteries. If you're going to go cordless on a recip saw, you really want to go with a brushless. But I tell you time and time again, you can't beat the runtime of a corded saw. All right, grinders. Everyone likes to hate on the grinders. Now, this is not the super cheap one. That's a lot of people don't get confused. They're like, well, it's not the same sale price. It used to be $10. This isn't the 4.5 amp. This is the 5 amp grinder. And you know, as far as that cheap one, look at this. This is the old Drill Master. This is even before Warrior. This thing is ancient. It's still going. All right, it still lives. When they start to get hot, let them take a coffee break. Let them go out and have a smoke, relax, cool down. If it gets hot, don't keep working your tool. That's its way of saying, hey, you know what? I might have had enough. Anyway, $15 on that. That's a good grinder there for that money. But if you really want to get serious and get it some metal there, 13 amp, 4.5 inch, 6 inch trigger grip angle grinder there. This is, then when I think that was probably confusing. It's a 4.5 inch, 2 6-inch, so variable size discs. That's why you see 2 of the guards on there. $100 on that, $50 off. That's ridiculous. All right, I know I say that ridiculous too much. I know. Warrior 12-volt oscillating multi-tool kit. I actually am thinking about picking this up just so I can compare it to. I've got the the M12 cordless multi-tool. And I'm thinking about doing a comparison just to see what it's like. So maybe if I manage to swing by Harbor Freight anytime soon, I will grab this and we can do a comparison just for fun. I don't think there will be a comparison, but it's not. I think I paid $50 tool only for the Milwaukee. So you're getting the whole tool with the battery and the charger here for $25. All right, now if you want some serious, again, we're tool only here, but still cheaper than my M12 at $40. Now tool only, this is the brushless. Now that doesn't get you the extra warranty like the Hercules does. It's still a pretty good tool there. It's got the toolless tool change on it. So pretty nice. Now let's talk sanders. Hercules palm sander here, sheet sander I should say, 2.4 amp, 1/4 inch sheet sander, soft start on it, $30. It's down from $40. That's a solid sander. And again, I always say, unless you have a specific need, you should always go with the corded sanders because, again, it's another tool that just eats batteries like Tic Tacs. The old Drill Master, check this out. If you're on a budget, $10. $10 clearance on that. That's insane. All right, we got the Bauer Orbital. This is a good, solid, just everyday prosumer grade palm sander here. 2.8 amp, 5 inch random orbit sander for $30. That's a solid deal. All right, but if you really want to step it up, we got again, inside track on this. Remember, if you see inside track, you got to be inside track. 3 amp, 5 inch random orbit palm sander with soft start there for $60. All right, but the Warrior, now this is another one I got sitting right here. This thing, look at this. This has been chewed up and beat, and I use this thing a ton. And it just keeps going. I can't kill it. When I kill it, I'll let you know. But I've had it for a while. $15. $15. It's a great little sander. I know Black and Decker kind of made this market here for, they call it the mouse sander, the little detailed point nose kind of thing, and they're great for getting in those corners and getting stuff like that. And I use it all the time. $15. It still works. Not much more you can say about it. All right, now, but I will be honest. If I were to buy one today, I would be sorely tempted to step up to the Bauer. Why? I don't know. It just looks like it's built more robust. This one keeps working though. I don't know why I want to hate it. I mean, the Bauer just looks nicer. It's $25. Do you want to spend $10 more? I don't know. Let's see. We're looking at 1.1 with the Warrior versus 1.2. Maybe the bag's better. I don't know. Anyway, if you've got the Bauer, let me know what you think about it. Because I got to tell you, this little Warrior one's just done fine for me. The Bauer Compact Router. This one that they redid. This was not the original one. So if you've got the old one and you're like, I didn't think it was too great, they found a new manufacturer. They came back out, $50 on this. Nice little trim router like that. Maybe you're running a CNC machine, something like that. This is the same size router you'd use for that kind of thing too. $50 on it. But if you want a big boy router, now here's what I've been able to suss out. As far as I can tell, these are made by Chervon. And again, that's a good thing because Chervon makes some fantastic tools. They also make the Skill routers, which have been taking the woodworking world by a storm ever since Porter Cable bailed, went to get milk and never came back, if you know what I mean. They've just been, the Skill ones have been stepping up and just killing it. Well, here's the Hercules. It's essentially the same thing. It's the fixed base router with plunge base kit. So you're getting both of them for $130. So when the Skill's not on sale, you can grab this, or you can get this one when the Skill's on sale. Anyway, back and forth on that. Now, if you really want to bargain, we got this one on clearance, the old school Chicago Electric. Remember I said about the blue Chicago Electric versus the red? This is their big boy here. 15 amp, 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, 1/2 inch plunge router there for $60. I've never used one. I don't know anybody who's had it, but for $60, maybe you'd be willing to take a chance with it. All right, now Hercules, if you didn't know that, Hercules has been coming out with some router bits, and I've heard good things about them. Here's your 5-bit set coming in for 22% off to $45. All right, this is my son bought this just a couple years back, and we've used it a ton, and it just holds up, just keeps going and going and going. It's the Energizer Bunny of rotary tools. It's not the most elegant, good-looking thing, but it works, and at $15, you can't argue with that. The Drill Master. Okay, now the Drill Master, this is funny. $5. This is, and it's not clearance. I can't believe they still have the Drill Master name and they're using it and whatnot. But I don't have one of these because I'm going to show you the one I have. This is an electric engraver with carbide tip. And I'm pretty sure mine is not a carbide tip. Maybe I can get one to work on it. But this is the one I've got. Picked up at a garage sale. Look at this thing here. Well, if you know anything about this, I would love to hear about it. I've used it on a few things. It does need new tips. I'm pretty sure this thing's going to electrocute me at some point. I should probably get a new one. Anyway, let's get back to it here. That was a fun little tool. Anyway, heat guns. I can't find my heat gun. I had the old Chicago Electric heat gun. It worked great. You got to get this Bauer. That's the one option right here. $30. This is like Satan's hair dryers, what this thing is. 1600 watt, 12 amp, 14 temperature, dual speed. It's got the flat back on it, so you can set it flat on a table. It lets you do as I keep saying here, work, two hands, keep your hands on the workpiece, not have to worry about the dryer there, the heat gun. Anyway, I think that's a great idea. By the way, I do have the Bauer cordless heat gun. It's decent for doing stuff like heat shrink kind of stuff and other stuff and light duty stuff. It's not high power by any means. I tried to light a fire with it and I couldn't light a fire. What was I doing? I tried searing steaks too. It wouldn't do that. Anyway, if you got some real demo you got to do though, Hercules 14.5 23 pound SDS Max. This is the demo hammer this is a big boy here. Coming in at $379 with the $80 off coupon here. If you're looking to do some demo, man, you can do some damage with this. All right, and we talked about the vacuums before, and I've been talking a lot about the DeWalt's, but I keep saying when I talk about the DeWalt's, that DeWalt is great if you can afford that high end. If not, get the Bauer. I know it used to be, oh, get the rigid, get the rigid, get the rigid. Rigid used to be the king of the hill. And I don't know if they just lost their way or if they just sat on their laurels and let everyone else get past them. Because $50, this thing kicks some rigid butt. I've got a video on it. You could, and I'm not the only person, all right? I think I'm the first person who did it, I think. Maybe not, but I thought I was. And you can see a side-by-side comparison in this video and others. And the Bauer just beats the rigid. It just does. And don't get butthurt about it, guys. It's just math. If it does it faster and it does it, longer and all, it just works. Sorry. Bauer 4 cubic foot cement mixer. This is brand new, just came out. It's already on sale, $80 off, $379. I got some projects. I don't think I'm going to get them in before winter sets, so maybe next spring I'll have to grab me one of these cement mixers and go to town. All right, next up we got the Predator gas-powered earth auger. You know what? If you got to set some fences, maybe you're going to do some ice fishing, maybe you just like to make holes. $209. I looked around to see if there was a better deal out there. The Sportsman one was on sale and it was cheaper, but it's a smaller gas-powered engine on it. So if you really want a serious auger, I don't think there's a better deal going on right now. The Predator engines, of course, they've made a real name for themselves in all sorts of applications. This is the 6.6. Anytime you see the red body on it now, you know it's one of the max performance models. So this is the 224cc max performance 6.6 there. It's $20 off with coupon down to $179. Here we got an inside track deal on the 8 horsepower here, 301cc down to $270 on that. Then we got another inside track on the Badlands ZXR 12,000. This has got the wire, not the synthetic on this. It's $50 off down to $350 on it. Now, I just talked about the lifting carts. The sale on the 1,000 is over, but the sale on the 500 continues. If you don't have a lifting cart, stop trying to hurt yourself and get something like this. Don't buy this one, buy another one, but stop trying to, as you get older, your back is not getting younger. All right. That's just not the way these things work. I wish it did. It doesn't. There was a time where I could pick up and with my back and do anything. But you know what? I got smart and I started using tools, and that's why my back isn't killing me. My knees suck, but my back's fine. Don't hurt your back. I don't know a single person who's had like serious back surgery and been happy about it. $250. Oh, you'll thank me for it. Another inside track. This one, so this should be $100. That's my feeling on it. I know prices have gone up and everything else. And it's inside track, $30 off. It should be $100. It takes forever to put together because it's got a million little screws and stuff. But once you do, it's not a bad workbench. It's got a light. Honestly, I thought the light was too small. I replaced the light. I put in a brighter light. But I got old guy eyes, so maybe you don't need as bright a light as I do. But it's a great work surface. And once it gets all tightened up, it's actually pretty solid. Don't go by what you see in the store. Somebody just put that together as fast as they could so they could take off for lunch. Once you get it tightened up, it actually is really solid. This is one I doubted. You guys challenged me on it, so I picked one up, and you're right. It's a great workbench. All right, next we got the 880-pound electric hoist. Again, talk about something that will change the way you do stuff in your shop. Getting a hoist like this, whether it's unloading stuff out of your pickup truck, moving heavy equipment, assembling heavy equipment, getting a hoist just makes life so much easier. And there's nothing cooler than sitting back with that remote going and watching it do all the work while you sit there not sweating to death and wondering if you're going to blow your back out. All right, the store has 47 bins. I just wish I had space for something like this because maybe I will find space. I still got to reorganize my shop. I still don't have it quite down the way I want it. $100 on this, 10% off. The Hallmaster, if you've got a trailer and you don't have a box like this on it, you got to think about it because having an area you can store locks, you can store tie downs, you can store all sorts of stuff, chalks and everything else, all that stuff, you can put it all in there. And for $125, close it up, lock it, keep it out of the weather. It's a no-brainer, really. Now, as I just said, chalks. This is a fantastic chalk with the eye bolt, $16. If you got a utility trailer, an RV, anything like that, you got to chalk it up. I don't know. Is there somebody doing better, cheaper? Because I haven't seen it. The hammock here. Now, this is something I got to tell you. When I looked at it, I said, no, you're not getting me. But I'm sure the kids or somebody was. Somebody just asked me, like, hey, what do you think about the hammock? I saw it was on sale. If you're into this sort of thing, I'm sure it's fantastic. I will sit back, have a drink, and watch you try to get in it. I love to watch those kind of videos on TikToks and such. No, I will not be trying it. The spotting scope here for 20 to 60 by 60. I don't know if you've tried this one. I had the older one from way back when, and it wasn't bad. I don't know if they've updated or not, but it wasn't terrible for $60. It was, compared to how much the actually big brand name spotting scopes go for, it does what it's supposed to do. All right, now we got some hand tools. We got the Pittsburgh Mechanics tool set, 225 piece tool set. You got a ton of sockets in here. You got deeps, you got shallows, you got some wrenches, you got an adjustable wrench, you got a ton of filler bits and stuff. Yeah, you do. And the ratchets aren't bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. The pliers, they're side cutters, so the side cutters aren't bad, and the needle nose aren't terrible. Is it a great set? No. Is it a decent getting started set? Yes. Is it a decent emergency set? It's not bad for $114 for 225 piece. That's a decent set right there. All right, this set right here. Here's what I gotta say about this. What you want to do is you want to you want to take it and you want to put it directly into the garbage, because that's where this set belongs. I'm sorry, it's junk. Eventually, once you use it enough, the rubber on that part will start to rotate around the handle. They're not worth the money. $6, skip it. If you can, get yourself. And I know they're not on sale right now, but they're going to go on sale sometime soon. There'll be another sale. The Quinn here, these things are fantastic. This is, when they're on sale, it's probably the best choice out there. The Cobalt ones and the Husky sets, they're not bad either when they're on sale. Let's see here. This set, though, clearance, if you need a bargain set, and I get it, I'm not trying to price shame anybody, but if you need a bargain set, look for this. They're not amazing, but they're better than the other set. All right, the Pittsburgh Pro Breaker Bar for $17. Again, we're going to pull you out of frame here. I got it sitting right here. I've had this thing for years and years and years. Pittsburgh Pro, and I think I got it for $16, probably 6 or 7 years ago. Look at this thing. This thing is huge. Oh, I need to probably lube that up or something there. It's getting a little tight. Anyway, this competes with the big names, with the tool truck names, okay? Is it as robust? No. But you know what? If you break it, I'm pretty sure it has a lifetime warranty. It does, right? So $17, that should be in every toolbox. There's not a toolbox out there that shouldn't have that breaker bar in it. Now the Quinn, I did a whole video on this. A lot of people seen it. I got to tell you, you take that breaker bar, put this on it. Now you got a torque wrench, an electronic torque wrench for $67. That's not bad for an electric torque wrench. The Icon tool. Okay, I grabbed one of these too. Let me show you this. So this is the anti-slip set, okay? And you can get SAE or metric for $200. You can get a professional tool truck grade set of both SAE and metric. That's less than the cost of one set SAE or metric off of the tool truck. So you're less than half the price, and you're getting tool truck grade quality. Why? Because they're identical to some of the tool trucks that are out there. These things are fantastic. And these teeth, I know they look hyper aggressive on this, and they do mar the bolts, so you don't need to use this set. I got a set of these, and I have a set of the ratcheting ones, and the ratcheting ones have the standard head. So if I'm worried that I'm going to damage the bolt, I'll use those. All right, let's keep going. We got the professional double box flex ratcheting set here, extra long. And I really like this because I like the length on it. It gets you the extra leverage and stuff, lets you get into those remote kind of bolts. The flex head lets you get in those odd angles and whatnot. And now this says 5 piece, but really what you're getting is 10 wrenches here, because the other side of the wrench is a different size. So you get the first one is 8 to 10, I think. So it skips 9 and 11. And the other 4 are 12 through 18, I think. And those are no skip at those ranges. So, and it also comes with the tray and everything else. Just a beautiful set there, for not cheap though. Even on sale, $45 off only brings it down to $180 on that. But it is a really nice set. Okay, let's keep going. The Pittsburgh. This is the 1-inch. These are jumbo size. These are big boys. I wish this had been on sale a few months ago, because I was doing a project with a buddy of mine, and we had to end up going. We went over to Napa and had to buy one of the Carlo ones. I think I spent $30 for one socket. It was frustrating. Anyway, I was looking for a full jumbo set and I couldn't find one. This is a great set. It goes all the way up to 50 for $80. Also, talk about the one set you need. This is the one to rule them all. It's 10 millimeter. All of those. Every one of those is a 10 millimeter socket. You got impacts, you got deeps, you got shallows, you got narrows, you got flex heads. They're all 10. Why? Because 10 goes, it's like the number one used one. And it's also that makes that socket the number one that's going to get lost. So Harbor Freight's got you covered for $13. You're getting 10 millimeter sockets with the rail. Now, Icon, look at this clearance, 1/4 inch deep, nice deep reach there. E-Torx. Now, if you're like, well, what am I going to need E-Torx for? And why are they clearance out? Well, first of all, the reason they're clearance them out is because they change manufacturers on these things, or they change tooling. So they change it so that they can track with a different SKU who is making what and where it gets warranted and stuff like that. But $15 is a fantastic deal for a set of E-Torx, especially if you've got something that's going to make you use them all the time. Yes, I do. Anyway, how about this? We got Pittsburgh Pro on inside track 3/8 drive metric high vis deep sockets, 10 piece there for 40% off, down to $15. We got the Icon 1/2 inch drive bit set here, again clearance. If you're not using bit drivers, bit sets like this, you are missing out, brother. That makes life so much easier. We got the Hex drive set here, inside track down to $15. This is Pittsburgh 3/8. We got the Pittsburgh 3/8 6P here for $8, inside track again. And the new Icon multi-spline. If you missed out and didn't get this with the 25% off coupon and we're thinking about it, well, you got a little bit of redemption period here. You can get in here, get the multi-spline screw extractor here, 25 piece for $60. All right, now if you're going to do some shop organization, I use a set similar to this, the peg style. I don't think there's been a good. I've never been happy with my socket organization, but this one has made me the least unhappy. How about that? $17.74. That's 29% off. That's even better than your standard super coupon there. We got floor jacks also. $30 off. This is the standard 3-ton professional floor jack with rapid pump. It's not the long reach. It's not the super duty. It's just your basic one in blue, black, green, or orange. It's a solid jack there for $170. Now, if you want to go plum crazy purple with it, there's the new one, and it's on sale, $50 off. By the way, this isn't just purple. This isn't just one of the floor jacks. This is the 3-ton super duty. What does that mean? 3-ton, low profile, super duty, 3-year warranty built in. No extended warranty needed. It comes with a 3-year warranty. And a lot of people don't realize that. That's why you're paying that $290 price. This is a serious professional grade jack. The metallic, the yellow is nice. The orange is nice. The red is a gorgeous. It doesn't show up well in this picture. You got to check out my video from SEMA last year. It's a rich candy apple kind of red, metallic red, and the purple is, I said, it's Mopar all day long. $290 on that one. Now, if you're doing the aluminum floor racing jack, I don't understand you kids and racing your jacks. It's just not my thing. Apparently, I'm too old. But if you're doing it and you're in the 1.5 ton class, this is the one you want here. It's on sale right now for $100. If you're getting serious and you're going pro, we got the 2-ton professional racing series class here. Rapid pump, 2-ton low profile, on sale, $20 off for $190. This is, of course, under the Daytona brand because it is a pro-grade racing jack. Now, if you've got one of the Daytona jacks, consider this, the crossbeam here. Steel crossbeam spreads out your support. It's good for all sorts of stuff. $70, that's a nice add-on for any of your jacks. I might have to grab one of those. It'd be good for working with this quad and stuff. Because some places it's kind of hard on some things you're trying to jack. There's not that one center jack point that lets you spread it out. Motorcycle lift. If you got to get that bike up off the ground and do some work on it, 1,500 pound aluminum ATV motorcycle lift, $229. It's $40 off. All right, jack stands. If you don't like the standard ratcheting style, here you go. The 3-ton with the nice pads on the bottom, distributes the weight. Nice. If you got an uneven surface, that's why you want the tripod legs. Those square legs are decent, but the 3-leg always corrects itself on an uneven surface, and that's the best time to use something like this. All right, but if you want the standard ones, the 12 tons, you got a big truck, something like I do, this is what you want to get. $150, $20 off inside track. All right, Icon. This is their new creeper. This is they came out with Badlands came out with that off-road jack. Well, here's your off-road creeper. Or maybe you're just in a shop where there's airlines you got to run over, cracks, stuff like that. I'll be honest, the concrete in my shop, yeah, it's not the best. It's an old shop, and I think even when they poured it, they weren't worried about a nice finish kind of surface for the creeper. This thing was poured like 100 years ago, and they're just happy to have cement rather than gravel, which is what we got outside. This would let me go in and out. $109 on $110, call it what it is. $30 off coupon on that. But if you are spoiled and you have the really nice smooth concrete, you can get yourself one of the 37-inch creepers down here in black. That's a nice looking one there. $90 on that inside track again. New lower price though. You know, if you'd be creeping, let your tools creep with you. Get a tool creeper, nice and easy to slide along with you there for $15. All right, we got to talk about this one. The Braun 1400 aluminum rechargeable pen light here. Great little, you know, just for checking stuff. It's not super bright, which is what you don't want in a light like this. You don't want it super bright because the glare coming back is going to blind you and not let you see what you're trying to look at. $15, 25% off coupon on that. What you don't want to get is don't go for the Quantum. It's the same light. As far as I can tell, it's the same light. They're clearing it out, but right now the clearance price is higher than the sale price on the Braun. All right, if you do want to get something, new lower price on this is a great neck work light if you like that sort of thing. Honestly, they drive me crazy. I'll never wear one, but some of you love them. $22.99, the new low price on it. Braun under hood light there. It's on sale right now, 20% off down to $75. And we've got the hanging, also magnetic work light. It's on sale for $40. Again, inside track. Make sure you check there. Well, if you see that blue square, it means you have to be inside track. All right, instant savings. That means it's just on sale and no coupon needed. They got the Braun 175 lumen foldable work light there. And we've got, now this one, the Vanguard. This is the 50-foot 14.3 gauge extension cord, all right? This is going at 14 gauge. That's your basic, like you can run power tools off of it. Handheld power tools. Don't run a table saw, nothing stationary. Anything stationary is going to have a bigger motor. You don't want to run it. You're going to run a recip saw or circ saw or something like that. This will do it. You're going to run outdoor lights. This will do it. It's $20. But here's the thing. You're like, well, here's the Vanguard 50-foot one for $22 in orange. There's no difference. All right. It's just the color. These are both 50-foot. They're both 14 by 3. They're both rated indoor, outdoor. This one is just $22. The other one's $19 and change. Get the green one. I give you my permission to use green cords in your shop. Now, to be fair, the reason these are orange is so you see them, you don't trip over them. But I've got one of the green cords over there. I haven't tripped on it yet. I'm not the most graceful, ballerina at the ball. So I think you'll be okay. By the way, if you're doing the outdoor thing, and we got Halloween coming up, I know a lot of people set up stuff for Halloween. Check this out, the Genie Outdoor Duo Smart Plug. It's on clearance right now for $14. All right, also, if you're going to be setting up some outdoor stuff, stake it down. Don't let it blow away, knock over, the kids throwing stuff at it. Tent stakes are a great way to set those things down and make sure that they don't wander off. $5 for a set of tent stakes, that's 20% off. All right, the Bowers adjustable sawhorse. This is a fantastic sawhorse. There's nothing wrong with this sawhorse. It's adjustable height. You can put the 2x4s on the side. You can make a table out of it. It does everything. I love these sawhorses. But $50 is not a great sale price. It's 9% off. And I'm sorry, I can get the Tough Built, who basically, they're the one who created this niche, if you ask me. And this is the same sawhorse. 32 inch, 1,300 pound. It's adjustable. That's the everyday price over at Lowe's. I can go into Lowe's any day and get that price. I don't have to wait for a coupon at Harbor Freight, and I'm going to get the longer warranty with the Tough Build. I just don't get it. Harbor Freight, you got to do better on that sale price for that Bauer. All right, the Doyle. I can't say enough about the Doyle. Everything I've seen from Doyle, I've been thrilled with, whether it's cutters or pliers or the bench vise. Absolute fantastic build quality. This is their new low profile drill press vise for $50. Seems like a no-brainer to me. Now, if you are willing to roll the bones on the old blue one, this is the 6-inch cross slide vise. So this one lets you lock it in and move it around and stuff. $80 on that one. And now the Doyle. Now this is the one I've got sitting right back over here behind me. Let's see if you can see it over here. It's sitting right there, right there. That's a just beast of a vise for $330. I don't know anybody who comes close on price and quality. It is, I can't recommend them enough. Let's keep going. We get the Bremen. Then we got a bunch of new lower price on the. I can't believe they've dropped the price on the Bremen because these things are great. Nobody's complaining about the Bremen. You look at $8 on that one. In fact, all the different sizes. They're not all of them. I would say about half of them they've lowered the price on. The roller seat. Now somebody sent me an email and said, "Hey, you don't talk about this roller seat. Why don't you talk about this roller seat?" I'm like, and the reason I don't talk about it is because it's trash. I'm sorry, it is. It's not. It looks comfortable, and when you first sit on it, it's comfortable, but it doesn't hold its shape over long term. Now maybe if you weigh $1.05, it's great for you. But if you're one of the bigger guys or something, even an average size dude, after a while, this thing just does not feel as good, and it breaks. It is not well made. That footrest it will die the first week. And go and read the reviews. Just everyone's footrest. The footrest is a joke. It doesn't work. The wheels are plastic, little like the soft plastic wheels like you get on like a one of the cheap like office furniture kind of things where it's going to get moved every once in a while. This is something you move in every day. All right, in a shop environment, and it's got cheap office desk plastic wheels. It's a pass all day long, guys. I'm sorry. It looks super cool and it looks like it might be comfortable. It's a waste of money. The Pittsburgh backrest here. This is a nice. I was excited when Harbor Freight came out with this because a lot of other people had them, and I thought this would be fantastic. But honestly, I think it's overpriced comparatively. Look, you look at $60. That's the sale price. Northern Tool sale price is $50. I see them for sale for $50 all the time. I'll be honest, Northern Tool is usually the one that has it. Now, if you don't have a Northern Tool in your area, I don't know how much shipping is going to cost, and maybe it's not worth it with shipping. But if you're in an area with Northern Tool, they're all the same. Just get the Northern Tool one. Yukon, 46-inch tool chest here. Workbench. This is the first one I ever bought from Harbor Freight. And I still have it. Of course, mine's in black because that's the only choice you had back then. And I've broken off a piece of the wood on the back of it, and I've beat the hell out of it. And it's been transferred. It's been moved from California to Nevada to Montana, back to Nevada, back to Montana. This thing and it's not been treated well. Redhead stepchildren get treated better than this. Ask me how I know. It's been left out in the snow in Montana. Absolutely trash. I should do a review on it. Here's what I'm going to say. It's hard to get as much storage as you can with this thing for $270. But as soon as you get one, at least for me, I was regretting I didn't get the 9-drawer. Because those cabinets, you can throw a lot of stuff in those cabinets, and then you can never see them again. Because looking at anything in those cabinets, if you're a taller guy, you got to bend down, look all the way in the back. It's on the bottom shelf at the back. It might as well be in Guadalajara because it's gone. You're never going to see it again. They're good. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're just looking for a cheap workbench with a little bit extra storage and a nice drawer, this is the way to go. Just understand that, door shelving down low like that is a great way for things to disappear. The U.S. General, talking about that plum crazy purple, it's back in U.S. General in the 6-drawer full back. Everybody and their brother has been emailing me, hey, is this going to show up in the Series 3? Your guess is as good as mine. I think it is, but I'm just guessing. I don't have any information that you don't have. But look at how many colors they've got. Red, blue, black, green, orange, gray, purple, yellow, and white. Oh my gosh, 9 colors. They got to come up with one more so they can round it off to 10. I don't like that odd number there. They got to figure something out. All right, let's keep going here. The U.S. General 3-shelf service cart right now, it's on sale for $70. I actually just bought this one in white because it matches my cabinet. If they did this one in white, I probably would have bought that instead. The 3-shelf there probably would have been more feasible for me, but I'll probably do a video here on it shortly just to show you. There's the side shelves, by the way. This is for the tool carts, coming in at $30. It's on sale 16% off. We got the magnetic power strips. They're on sale for $34 off. We got the parts bin. Check this out, $7, 30% off. These are fantastic little parts bin. Great storage there. If you got really small parts, you want portable kind of stuff, this is a great one. You know what this is good for? It's water resistant, so you can use it in a tackle box, stuff like that. It's modular. You got, let me see, you got the dividers in there. You can move around and all kind of stuff, so you can set it up however you need. For $7, that's a nice little modular box there. We got if you've been around the channel, I'm a huge fan of the Voyager bags. For $5, I use them for all sorts of stuff. I keep my straps for my trailer in there. I'll use them for carrying, as a regular tool bag. We'll use them for projects, all sorts of stuff for $5. That's a no-brainer. The Bauer bag, it's a nice bag, and if you need an actual, legit tool bag, this might be the one to go with. I use the Voyagers for just everything, general purpose. But look at that's a big bag there. It's got the mouth that stays open for $35. That's 28% off. Now, tarps. I've talked about this one. You're like, why is this tarp so expensive? Look at the size. This is a 19 by 29. This is a huge tarp. Huge tarp. But again, the blue tarps are the least resilient. Look, they don't even say weatherproof. It's a weather-resistant tarp. It's going to keep the rain out. If you got something, you got some dirt or a project or stuff you need to keep water off of, tie it down, lash it down, make sure it can't move, and this will keep it from the elements. Now, if you got something like on your trailer, something that's going to get wind blown, that kind of stuff, you're going to want a more heavy-duty tarp like this one. This is practically bulletproof. I'm thinking it would stop the Hulk. $20 on a 10 by 7 there. Again, ratchet straps. They've got new ratchet straps. They were completely redesigned. They're fantastic. 500-pound, 1 by 15. So this is more of a light-duty one. $12 for a set of 4 is a great deal on that. Now, somebody said, hey, why don't you ever talk about the portable sheds? And the reason is I live in one of the windiest places in the United States, and nobody around here uses sheds like this because they would end up in, South Dakota. They would not stay here. They would be gone, sailing through the wind. Bye. But I've heard a lot of people say that they're fantastic. So if you're looking for something, I think this is something you could gamble on at $170. Probably a pretty good deal. Let's talk about some storage here. We got the Bunker Hill 30 caliber here. It's got a rubber lining of grommet, so it weather seals. I use these things for all sorts of stuff. I store batteries in them. I store other brass-related items in them, a lot of them, tens of thousands of them. And I've never had a problem once with them. I think they work great. I like them much better than the metal cans. $4 on that is a great deal. This is one, I have one of these, and I use this for cleaning kits. So I can keep the pads and the other disposables I keep in the top. Then I got some miscellaneous tools that go in the tray, and then I got bottles and jars and cans and stuff that sit down below. So for cleaning those items, this is a great setup. Maybe you've got something else you can use it for, but that's what I use mine for. And at $12, I'm more than happy with that price. We got some safes. We're going to use the term safe in a relatable, because they're not an actual safe. They're a storage cabinet, and there's always Captain will fly in on his jet and be like, well, actually, this isn't oh my gosh, dude. Oh, and worse yet, you guys watching Lockpicking Lawyer. I love Lockpicking Lawyer. I love to watch it. I'm kind of a hobbyist myself in that I play around with it when I got some free time. I'm not great or anything, but the idea that that's not going to protect you. This protects you from prying fingers, okay? It keeps kids away from it. It keeps casual people, the cleaning lady coming in, they're not going to snag it or something. If nothing else, it gives it an air of security. Could you get through it with, power tools in 10 minutes? Sure you can. Point is, though, there's different levels. It's $30. There's different levels of security here. And remember, obscurity is the best security, and this is going to keep prying fingers away from stuff. And that's what it's meant for. It's not going to stop, a high-end jewel thief who's going to scale up and break into your house. No, the people who know how to. Somebody tried to tell me, like, well, somebody could watch Lockpicking Lawyer and they'd know how to get in. There's thousands of these different boxes out there and different safes, and they all require a different way and a different tool to break in. You think he's watched every episode of Lockpicking Lawyer, who hasn't covered them all, and he's going to come in and go, oh, it's that one with this, and thank goodness I brought 500 different tools with me to find this one exploit. Be real, folks. $30 on that one. That's the, what is this? This is the basically 0.2 cubic feet. This is not big. This is the 2/3 of a cubic foot. It's coming in at $60. We got this one. I want to get one of these and turn it into a nightstand. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing with one. I think that'd be fun to do. Kind of like, give it a distressed look, make it look kind of antique-y. I think that'd make a cool nightstand. Anyway, $130 on that one. This, I actually have this. Harbor Freight sent it to me. I had a safe identical to it from another company. I got it. Oh, it's over on our other channel, The Bear's Den. Go over there. If you look for the most popular video, just sort by popular. It's the most popular video over there. Go check it out. $600. There was one other one out there, and I thought it was build quality. They're about the same. The other one had a little bit better fit and finish. They stopped making it, probably because they couldn't make any money on it. Harbor Freight now owns this market. And then for a little portable security there, you got this little quick access box. Uses a key, no passcode, no biometrics, just a quick way to lock something up for $18. We got this. Now this I really like, especially if you got like a desk nightstand kind of thing. This is a great way to do that. $90, 4-button combo, drops out, quick, easy access there. And then of course we got the Apache cases here. I can't say enough about the Apache cases. I need Pelican. Pelican's on notice, man. Pelican makes great cases, but the money they're asking for them, this thing is 99% of what Pelican is for a third the cost. And then the flagpole. If you don't know, the Harbor Freight flagpole, it's hard to believe that a telescoping flagpole is actually resilient, and it is. And they just came out with a new one. It went away. It's back. If you are ask anybody in the RV community, because they all have them. Everybody in the RV community has the Harbor Freight telescoping flagpole. And there's a couple reasons why. Either they're running flags, or they're doing what I did, which is putting a Starlink on it. And Starlink actually sells an adapter that goes on top of your kit there to adapt it to take the Starlink, and it gets it up above the camper and everyone else's camper. You don't have to put it up. You don't have to go all 20 feet up. You just have to be higher than everybody else, and that's going to get you an unobstructed view of the sky. And now you're actually going to be able to get service. Anyway, there you go. That's all your deals for now through September 17th. As soon as the next deal come out, we'll cover those as well. So make sure you've gone down there, chomp the old like button, hit the subscribe, ring the bell so YouTube knows you're not lying about it. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.